Hey everybody, Shawn Furey here. If you're familiar with what I do, I'm a heroism educator and slash heroism promoter. And one of the things I like to say is that everybody needs hero support, right? Batman had Alfred, Bond had Q, the Angels had Charlie. Who do you have, right? The X-Men had Professor Xavier. Well, now you've got me and the other people who are rooting for you to make it to the end of the story and be victorious, right? You're the main character in the story of your life. You're on a hero's journey, right? And you also are cultivating a certain managerial style. It's how you manage your daily life. If you're the CEO of your life, what kind of managerial style are you developing? Hopefully, it's heroic. It's a heroic managerial style. Because the question is, who are you going to be today, right? I woke up today on Friday, and I'm always faced with the question of how am I going to approach these kind of situations that I'm facing in my life? Sometimes they're situations in which I'm supported by others, and I can just take advantage of that support and those allies and assets that I have coming towards me, and I can advance progress towards my personal goals, and I can get even better social relationships than I already have, and I can build rapport. Other times I'm facing neutral situations in which nobody really cares one way or the other what I'm doing today. And the question is, am I taking advantage of the fact that no one's coming against me, right? And I can just step on the gas and pursue those goal opportunities that might be there or to create new pathways to goals. And then the next question is, how am I dealing with this with antagonistic situations, right? Situations in which people, places, and events are coming against me. They're oppositional. They're obstacles, excuse me. I got a little cough there. How am I dealing with those, right? That's when it really counts what kind of managerial style you have. Because let's say I have a victim mindset, right? I'm going to let people push me around when they come against me, right? When people don't want me to advance progress toward my goal, I might back down if I had a victim mindset, if I was like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. Or let's say I'm stuck in the bystander role, right? And when a neutral situation or a good supportive situation is there, maybe I don't even take an action step because I'm just standing idly by, just watching my life on TV, like as if it's on a big screen, and not really engaging as a participant in the show called Shawn's Life, right? The way it's happening live. Instead of like being involved agentically and initiating a new change and then protecting it, I just stand there and act like life is happening to me, like I'm in the passenger seat of my life, when in fact I'm the driver. So, like I said, you're the main character in the story of your life. You're also a manager, and I want you to be a heroic manager, someone who's capable of intervening on your own behalf, right? The victim mindset and the bystander, they're not going to intervene. And so then they're also not really going to create other character roles like the villain, the competitive rival, the emperor. The emperor is kind of a way of describing someone who is entitled, who thinks that other people should do stuff for them. The competitive rival tends to objectify other people and see everyone as someone to compete with and try to destroy. And then the villain is a step further, and they're always trying to control people, right? Trying to coerce them and dominate them or exploit them for their resources. These roles that I've just described are not going to be able to create a good situation, a good life situation for themselves and others. And then what about protecting a good life, right? Someone's stuck in the rescuer role. They're always letting people off the hook when people make poor choices, right? And then those people never learn a lesson. They never hit rock bottom. And so they never grow, right? Or even further, the minion role, somebody who in the movies, the Peter Pettigrews of the world, or that little dog from The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, right? They're always letting people push them around, and they're kind of afraid of being punished or of someone making a scene and embarrassing them. So who do they always attract? They always attract villains and people that want to use those kind of strategies where they threaten with you with I'm going to make a scene if you don't do what I want, right? Because it works. So those people that are stuck in that rescuer, minion, martyr type role where you think you're being selfless and self-sacrificing, but really you're displaying codependency and you're letting people push you around and dominate you. And therefore, you're just rewarding people's bad behavior and creating more egocentrism in others, more self-centeredness. So you can't protect a good situation when you're in those roles, right? So who are you today? Who are you going to be? Well, don't feel any shame or guilt if you've ever been in those other roles that I mentioned. I've been in all those roles, right? It's a natural life process that you would go through each of those stages as you learn how to demonstrate these certain key behaviors, right? So that you can unlock these difficult situations and make it to a higher quality of your life, right? Just like Super Mario from Mario Brothers, the game I used to play when I was a kid. You have to go through a bunch of tasks, a road of trials, right? You have to get through certain obstacles, and once you do, you get to bump it up to another level, right? And it's still hard, it's still tough, because living heroically doesn't get any easier, right? But that's the beauty of it, is the hero, the person in that hero role, is the only person out of those ones that I mentioned that is going to be capable of navigating through those trials, those tests, those obstacles and that opposition, right? Because they don't give up, they don't act out, they don't give in. They stay the course and they keep working as a team, right? And they still keep influencing things. So hopefully today I've inspired you to choose to be your best self. Choose to be the man or woman who makes it to the end of the story, right? Who gets through all the obstacles and opposition. The person who is victorious in life. Choose to be your natural born self. Unlock your inner heroic potential and don't be ashamed of it, right? People are going to criticize you. They're going to come against you in life for being heroic and for owning it. But understand that when they do that, they're exposing their own insecurities, right? And they're trying to keep you down, to shut you down, to suppress your own shininess, right? That you were born with, that your magnificence as a person, right? And there's nothing arrogant or narcissistic about that. Is it arrogant for a rose to blossom? Is it arrogant for an acorn to become the mighty oak tree? Is it arrogant for the little lion cub to become the king of the jungle? No. This is your birthright. This is who you were born to be. It's what you need to be in order to create and protect healthy social environments, situations in which you and your kids, especially, can be well and do well in life. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you stay heroic, America. Bye-bye.